Hi everybody, I'm Aryan Rasoulipour. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are diving into the world of Baroque art, literature, music, and architecture. From the grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica to the emotional intensity of John Milton's Paradise Lost. The Baroque period was all about drama, detail, and dynamic expressions. Imagine walking through the Palace of Versailles, surrounded by intricate by lavish design and decoration. The Baroque period wasn't just about beauty. It was about creating an experience that would leave you in awe. Let's not forget about music. Composers like Antonio Vivaldi and Sebastian Bach crafted pieces that were as complex as they were moving, using music to evoke deep emotions and tell powerful stories. In literature, writers like John Milton and Miguel de Cervantes pushed the boundaries of storytelling. Baroque literature, known as its elaborate style, emotional intensity, and deep exploration of human experience. Works like Paradise Lost and Don Quixote are perfect examples of how Baroque writers used intricate languages and rich symbolism to explore the themes of love, human struggles, and fate also. From the dramatic painting of Caravaggio and to the lifelike sculptures of Bernini, Baroque art was all about capturing the sense of human experience in its most vivid and intense form. So, join me as we unravel the mysteries and marvelous stories beyond the Baroque period and its literature. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the icon of ring to every time I publish my videos. The YouTube will notify you and you receive notification. Let's continue. Okay, the Baroque period was started from early 17th century to mid 18th century. Was a time of great artistic innovation throughout Europe. It originating in Italy, the Baroque style quickly spread to other countries from Italy and spread throughout Europe as fast as possible and as quick as was possible. And it was influencing for various forms of arts, and it has some remarkable characteristics inside it, like dramatic expression, ornamentation, movement and contrast, and finally grandeur, as mentioned before. Let me explain it much more for you. Baroque art is known for its emotional intensity and using lights and shadows inside it in same time and contrasts. And it used these lights and shadows in mostly dramatic way. This period of the history featured elaborate details in both visual arts and architecture. Artists in this period of history used both dynamic compositions of art and strongly contrast to create a sense of movement and energy. The style often aimed to evoke awe and also grandeur, reflecting the power of the church and glory of a state. And some non-literary notable examples of Baroque period from architecture, we can give an example of the Palace of Versailles, as I mentioned before, and besides that, and St. Peter's in Vatican City, there are good examples in architecture. And from music, we can give you some examples like Vivaldi, Handel, and Sebastian Bach, that they were most important and significant Baroque music composers in that period of time. They created such a complex and emotional music that remains excessively influential from that period of time until today, till present. And finally, from painting and sculpture, we can deliver some examples, as mentioned before again, like Bernini and Caravaggio in painting and sculpture, that produced work which are celebrated for their realism and emotional sense and depth also. The Baroque period was a response belongs to Renaissance period, to the emphasizes on harmony and proportion, instead embracing complexity and grandeur responses to evoke emotional response from its audiences. Now let's switch to the Baroque literature. Baroque literature flourishing between the 16th century and mid-18th century. It is known for its elaborate style and deep emotional expressions. Here are some of the notable aspects of the Baroque literature that I will tell you. Baroque literature often evokes strong emotions and using vivid themes, imageries, and figures of speech in most dramatic path and way as well as possible. Writers in that period of history of literature used to intricate employed intricate language, elaborate metaphors, and detailed descriptions. Thus, in that period of time, most writers used metaphors and some figures of speech that can intricate language as well as possible. Many works in that period reference and reflects the Catholic Church's beliefs much more rather than Renaissance period, and explore a spiritual and moral atmosphere that belongs to that his period of time. They used many metaphors, symbolism, hyperbotion, epilepsis, preferab basis, and antithesis as literary devices that are highly used in that period of time. And the most important authors and works was from John Milton, as I mentioned before, Paradise Lost, Miguel de Cervantes by Don Quixote, his most prominent works and novel that considered one of the first novels in the world's literature, even though John Donne, known for his metaphysical poetry and delving into the themes of the love and religion. Luis de Góngora was a famous and well-known Spanish poet who known for his complex and ornate style in Spanish literature. Francisco de Quevedo was one of the most important Baroque authors that critique society in the deep as possible in that period of time, with using the literary devices that mentioned before in the time of the Baroque literature. Baroque literature as a historical context emerged in the time of the significant social, political, and religion upheaval. The Counter-Reformation wars and economic crisis influenced the themes of and styles of this period. In this period of time, the literature often addressed human suffering, existentialism questions, and the fleeting nature of life. Baroque literature has had a lasting impact and legacy on subsequent literary movement. Its emphasis on emotional depth and stylistic complexity can be seen in some periods like Romanticism and modernism and something like that that came after this period of time of history of literature and history of humankind. Baroque literature is also known for its rich diversity and complexity, reflecting the dramatic and elaborate style of the period. Here are some of the most remarkable literary genres from the Baroque era: poetry, prose, and also we can mention, as mentioned before, drama, religious literature, and finally satirical and satire literature. Baroque poetry is characterized by its ornate language, elaborate metaphor, and emotional intensity. Notable poets include Luis de Guadredo Gongero, known for his complex and highly stylized poetry, and such as Fabula de Polyphoma y Galetra, and also John Donne in UK, a metaphysical poet whose works often explore themes of love, death, and religion, and it's known for its religious texts and works. Baroque prose often features intricate narrative and a focus on human experience and existentialism and existential themes. Key works include Miguel de Cervantes by Don Quixote, a satirical novel. Therefore, it's both satirical works and novel as a prose that critique the chivalric ideals of Renaissance. And John Milton by Paradise Lost, an epic poem that explored the biblical story of fall of Adam and Eve. Baroque drama is known by its elaborate productions, often dealing with themes of power, fate, and human struggle. Prominent playwrights include Pedro Calderón in Spain, by his play In Life is a Dream explores themes of reality and illusion, and also Lope de Vega, a Spanish playwright that is very known by its comedies and tragedies. Given the influence of Catholic Counter-Reformation, much of the Baroque literature has strong religious themes, focusing on morality, spirituality, and humans' souls journey. Examples include John Bunyan's The Pilgrims of Progress or The Pilgrim's Progress, and an allegory of the Christian journey towards the salvation. And also Sor Juana de la Cruz, a Mexican writer whose poetry and prose reflects deep religion and philosophical insight among the Spanish speakers and Mexican society. Satirical works were also prominent, often critiquing and criticizing social norms, political and human folly. Notable examples of satirical works are by Francisco de Quevedo, as mentioned before, known for his sharp wit and satirical works that critique Spanish society. These genres collectively showcase the Baroque period of collaboration and correlation, emphasis on emotional depth and complexity, and the exploration of profound themes. Each genre contributed to the rich tapestry of Baroque literature, leaving a lasting impact on the literary world and in all the history of literature. And that we wrap up our journey throughout the Baroque literature and art. A time of unparalleled artistic and literary unbalance and unparalleled brilliance. Whether its delicate details of Baroque art, the moving composition of its music, and the rich and complex narrative of the literature or the period, has left an incredible mark on history and continues to inspire us until present day today. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of the Baroque period of art and literature. Until the next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep appreciating the beauty of history and literature and art. In the next video, see you later. Farewell, goodbye, bye.